Assalamualaikum and hi to our lecturer Madam Norida and fellow friends. We are from MBA 1185B student. Today, we are going to present about 29 SEA Game Closing Ceremony 2017. Before we start, I would like to introduce our group members profile, that is Nurul Khalilah binti Ramli, Nur Natasha Najwa binti Baharin, Nurul Husna binti Hassan, Nur Aizatul Azwa binti Azmi and Nur Akila Baltisha binti Amran. For this assignment, we were assigned to make a reflective writing about the event. Our planning for this assignment is to fulfill what the lecturer wants and needs. Furthermore, we divide the tasks equally and fairly with each other so that the tasks can be completed on time. We need to submit this task by week 13. So we have prepared everything, such as do some research before preparing this task, find the related video that have the criteria that are needed in this task. After that, we had chosen the 29 SEA Games 2017 closing ceremony for our assignment. We chose the event because that event was the 6th time Malaysia became the host of Southeast Asian Games, and the closing event was celebrated so lively with almost 90,000 people from every nation. The closing was celebrated together with Independence Day of 60 years of Malaysia. Besides that, what was even more gratifying that night was that Malaysia was the champion for 29 SEA Games 2017. Moreover, the ticket price also was sold at cheap price and affordable, which is RM20 for adult and RM10 for children. The audience carried the Malaysian flag to be flown during the singing of the national anthem as a sign of love and pride of the country. On August 30, 2017 at 9:30 p.m., the closing ceremony was placed at National Stadium Bukit Jalil. The closing ceremony took place on the eve of Malaysia's 60th anniversary Independence Day. The closing ceremony, also like the opening ceremony, it was directed by film director So Seong King in collaboration with the Memories Entertainment creative team, with assistance from the Malaysian Armed Force. Event organizer. Main organizer are Malaysia Organising Committee, MASOC. The Malaysian Prime Minister Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Mohamed Najib Tun Abdul Razak represented as advisor to the Malaysia Organising Committee for Kuala Lumpur 2017. The chairman and deputy chairman are Minister of Youth and Sport Yang Berhormat Brigadier General Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar and OCM Presiden Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Tan Sri Imran Tuanku Jaafar. Yang Berhormat Brigadier General Khairi Jamaluddin Abu Bakar as chairman will lead the whole organisation of the Games. The Malaysia Organising Committee will be accompanied by 15 sub-committees constituted earlier in 2015. Co-organizer Malaysia Ministry of Youth and Sport. Malaysia Ministry of Youth and Sport, abbreviated that also known as Kementerian Belia dan Sukan, is a government ministry in authority of youth, sport, recreation, leisure, stadium, youth development and youth organisation. They were founded in 1987 and currently employ 3,817 workers in the Ministry of Youth and Sport. Objective of the event. First, in order to promote a healthy lifestyle and a sporting culture in the region. Second, through sport, to represent the sense of solidarity and unity among Southeast Asian people. And lastly, to promote environmental awareness and sustainable methods that may be shared and used by people from all backgrounds of society. Reason of choosing event video. It is because It was celebrated lively with the celebration of Independence Day. Moreover, Malaysia was the champion of 29 SEA Games 2017. More than that, because it demonstrates that multicultural Malaysians are constantly together and have a patriotic spirit, especially during Independence Day celebration. Third, Malaysia is the host at that time, and this is a historic moment for Malaysia. Last but not least, it shows that Malaysia is able to make an event like international standard. Program tentative. The event starts at 9:30 p.m. and at 11:56 p.m.
The ceremony was opened with the presence of the VIP of the ceremony Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib bin Tun Abdul Razak, accompanied by his wife. Then, the ceremony began with the singing of the Malaysian national anthem Negaraku, which was conducted by the Malaysian Armed Force, followed by raising of the flag. After that, the ceremony was held with the entry of athletes from 11 countries, starting with the event champion Malaysia, with the mascot of the event Rimau, followed by the entry of athletes from another 10 countries. Next, the ceremony was presented with the first performance where it was a parade of council and event volunteers with the formation of the sentence "Wow" along with the video in the first person view of being a sports event volunteer. Next, a cultural performance entitled Terima Kasih Rongkadi presented to the audience. Upon completion of the performance, a word of thanks and appreciation by Yang Amat Mulia Tunku Imran bin Tunku Jaafar was given. Later, a trophy and award ceremony will begin. After that, a speech and declaration that the 2017 SEA Games had ended were made by Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, followed by the extinguishing of the game torch when Jacqueline Victor and Vince Chong stage performance. Following the video on the sport teams and medalists, Malaysia was screened, featuring their family members giving encouragement and speeches. Then the Royal Malaysian Navy then lowered the flag of the SEA Games Federation. The flag was handed over to head of the SEA Games Organizing Committee, then to Philippines President for the following year's SEA Games. Later, the Philippines national anthem is played while the Philippines flag was raised, and then a Philippine tourist film video was later shown to attract tourists. So, for the profiles of VIP officiating the event, which is Datuk Seri Haji Muhammad Najib bin Tun Haji Abdul Razak, he was began his education in primary and secondary schools at Institution of St. John, Kuala Lumpur. He then furthered his studies at Malvern Men's College, Worcestershire, England, and later obtained a degree bachelor's with honours in industrial economics from the University of Nottingham, England. He joins the world of business, serving temporarily at Bank Negara Malaysia and then with Petronas as a public relations manager after returning to Malaysia in 1974. He also served as a former finance minister and was the member of parliament for Pekan, Pahang in 1976. He was elected to the Malaysian parliament the same year to replace his late father to sit in the Pahang-based seat of Pekan. He was married to Tengku Putri Zainah Tengku Iskandar in 1976 and had 3 children, and then divorced, and later he married Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor and had 2 more children since 1982 until 1986. He also became Menteri Besar Namli Chief Minister of Pahang. Before entering the Federation of Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's cabinet in 1986 as Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports, he has served in various cabinet positions throughout the remainder of the 1980s and 1990s. He also became the Deputy Prime Minister in 2004 and served for Prime Minister Tun Datuk Seri Abdullah Ahmad Badawi. He is a hardcore golf lover. On 12 March 1948, Tunku Tan Sri Datuk Seri Imran Ibni Almarhum Tuanku Jaafar Al-Haj was born. He is known as Tan Sri Tunku Imran and is the Malaysian Sport Administrator. He was born in Istana Higap, Seremban, Negeri Sembilan, and was the second child of the marriage of the Tan Yang di-Pertuan Besar of Negeri Sembilan and the Tan Yang di-Pertuan Agong of Malaysia, Tuanku Jaafar Ibni Almarhum Tuanku Abdul Rahman and Tuanku Najihah. His family was part of the royal in Negeri Sembilan. Tan Sri Tunku Imran was married to Yang Mulia Cik Engku Mahira binti Abdullah in 1987 and divorced on 1 July 2019. Later, he was married again to Yang Mulia Cik Engku Nur Asmara Nora binti Abang Marzuki in 2013. From his marriage, he has a son, 2 stepchildren and 2 stepdaughters. Tan Sri Tunku Imran is the former president of the Commonwealth Game Federation and the president of the Malaysian Olympic Council. He is also an honorary member of the International Olympic Committee. He has done a lot in the sport industry in Malaysia. Among the highest positions he has held is that he is the president of the Malaysian Olympic Council (MOC). During the SEA Games in Malaysia in 2001 and 2017, Tan Sri Tunku Imran Tunku Jaafar was the chairman of the SEA Games. For the summary of Yang Amat Mulia Tuanku Tan Sri Datuk Seri Imran speech during the closing ceremony of the 29 SEA Games, in the context of Yang Amat Mulia's speech, he paid his respect and gratitude to the Yang Amat Berhormat Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak. As one of the country's leaders who did give support and concern in providing unwavering assistance to athletes and SEA Games as well with 9th ASEAN Paralympics and his government too. Furthermore, at the highlight of this speech, he expressed his satisfaction over Malaysia's victories. Malaysia has won 323 medals, including 145 golds, 92 silvers and 86 bronze medals, and reminds everyone that this event has been lively because of all the fan supports and raucous cheerleaders from various countries. Therefore, they devote so much to this game as well as the volunteer. Finally, he declared that the Philippines will be the next host for the 30th SEA Games and give inclination to success to that country for it. Directly, as the president of the SEA Games Federation, he had set down that Kuala Lumpur 2017 has been a truly magnificent, memorable and majestic SEA Games. The summary of Datuk Sri Haji Muhammad Najib's speech in the 29 SEA Games 2017 closing ceremony was held in Bukit Jalil National Stadium, Kuala Lumpur. To sum up, he is liable for officiating the closing announcement of the 29 KL 2017 SEA Games and the 9th ASEAN Paralympics that year. Furthermore, declare a closing of the biennial multi-sport event for the 29th year of it and celebrate another 2 years in the Philippines as host for the 30 years of SEA Games.
Here I will summarize the 4 main profile of sponsorship company for the 29th of the SEA Games. First and foremost, I begin with the Royal Selangor Company. It is a retail business and retailer in Malaysia. They became the world's biggest of its kind, and Royal Selangor came in Malaya on 1885. Its company endowed with a royal warrant by His Royal Highness Sultan Salahuddin Abdul Aziz Shah in 1979. Moreover, they developed into the 29th SEA Games as the official medal and partner as well as silver sponsor for the KL 2017. Its company offered a range of unique products for Kuala Lumpur's 2017, including figurines from Rimau, memorial medal, and color pins. Let's move on to point 2. It's a Sony Malaysia. It's founded on 31 October 1973. They focus on the marketing, sale, support of a wide range of consumer, electronic product, broadcasting, professional equipment and solutions. With the successful company, they had 2 Sony stores and 48 Sony center outlets around the country. Mainly offer television, notebook, home theater system, audio accessories, visual system for 29 SEA Games. They signed as one of its gold sponsor and
actively expanding its ties with the local sports community. The brand of Sony camera was sponsored is named Sony A9. Therefore, Sony had contributed between 3 million ringgit and 7.5 million. Next, we'll go to the Petroleum Nasional Berhad. It's known as Petronas. Its company is based on petroleum and gas businesses, well located in Malaysia. Tengku Razalin bin Tengku Muhammad Hamzah as the first chairman and chief executive in September 1974. It entered Malaysia in August 1974 and worked out under Oil Development Act of October 1974. The firm based in the towers of Petronas and world largest Fortune Global 500 of companies. They carry on different oil and gas-based operations. Furthermore, Petronas Incorporation as the official full partner to fire up sea and ocean Para Games. Therefore, Petronas have grant amount RM7.5 million and 15 million to sponsor to this multi-sport games event. The last of main sponsorship of 29 SEA Games is Sunstar Group. This company has branches in 29 countries and is known as Japanese company. The company most available in Asia, Europe, North and South America. Therefore, particularly they offer worldwide dental care, health and beauty, chemical and motorcycle components as well as major enterprises are development and manufacture, marketing. They seriously focus on oral care research and innovation. Furthermore, this company become one of the acting bronze sponsors that will contribute cash in 29 SEA Games. Last but not least, Sunstar Group has donation category of up to 1 million ringgit for SEA Games 29 2017 Kuala Lumpur. That's all for main sponsorship session. I'll continue this presentation with my next teammates. Thank you.
Promotional medium for the event. Astro Arena is a television channel in Malaysia that is owned and managed by Astro. It is Malaysia's first 24-hour Malay language sports station. The former Malaysian Minister of Youth and Sports came up with the concept, which was launched on March 26, 2010. Astro Arena is a 4-in-1 channel that broadcasts live local sports, extensive local and worldwide sport news coverage 7 days a week, instructive magazine and information programs, and interactive audience participation. The station broadcasts 700 hours of live local sport each year. For this 29 SEA Games 2017, there were 28 sporting events at live throughout the games. They also had the 29 SEA Games 2017 closing ceremony through live without delay or late. The production firm International Games Broadcast Services (IGBS) collaborated with SEA Games Television (SGTV), a joint venture comprising Astro Arena, Radio Television Malaysia, and Media Prima TV3 to offer the host broadcast activities. Malaysia International Trade Center and Exhibition Center (MITEC) housed the International Broadcast Center. There were 3 types of social media that promote and update the latest news before, live, and after the event, such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The Twitter and Facebook are used to spread any latest news about the event and promote the users of the social media to come to the event. They advertise the event by update about the latest news, score, game state, and many more about the SEA Games as soon as they can. They inform the media about the date, venue, and time of the event. They also promote and make it trending in the world by many ways such as #29 SEA Games 2017, so that users on social media can easily find them. Main content of the event. The game purpose is to bring all people of Southeast Asia together in celebration of accomplishment and ongoing commitment to sport as well as to raise and encourage the entire region. The SEA Games, as a regional sporting event, is aims to improve collaboration, understanding and relations between Southeast Asian countries. Other than that, to comprehend the main characteristic of the sporting community, particularly the formation and evolution of institutions and conventions that enable in this event to thrive the face of national self-interest. The procession of athletes from all 11 competing nations began with Malaysia leading the field and ended with East Timor entering the stadium at last Southeast Asian Games Federation (SEAGF) custom. The athletes walked into the stadium. The name and flag of their respective countries were projected to all the stadium seats. Main content of the event. The game purpose is to bring all people of Southeast Asia together in celebration of accomplishment and ongoing commitment to sport as well as to raise and encourage the entire region. The SEA Games, as a regional sporting event, is aimed to improve collaboration, understanding and relations between Southeast Asian countries. Other than that, to comprehend the main characteristic of the sporting community, particularly the formation and evolution of institutions and conventions that enable in this event to thrive the face of national self-interest. The procession of athletes from all 11 competing nations began with Malaysia leading the field and ended with East Timor entering the stadium at last Southeast Asian Games Federation (SEAGF) custom. The athletes walked into the stadium. The name and flag of their respective countries were projected to all the stadium seats. There were 3 types of social media that promote and update the latest news before, live, and after the event, such as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The Twitter and Facebook are used to spread any latest news about the event and promote the users of social media to come to the event. They advertise the event by update about the latest news, score, game state, and many more about the SEA Games as soon as they can. They inform the media about the date, venue, and time of the event. They also promote and make it trending in the world by many ways such as #29SEA Games 2017 so that users on social media can easily find them. Medical aids and emergency services. Securities by PDRM at the 29th of SEA Games, up to 12,000 police officers from various units will be positioned at all tournament venues from all participating. It will be on the ground to monitor and ensure public safety near the sports stadiums and loading areas. Hence, preparations to deal with any potential terrorist threat at the SEA Games. During the SEA Games closing ceremony, the police will tighten security at all stadium entrance, and all visitors should early arrive to avoid crowds and not bring any forbidden goods inside the stadium.
Next, special medical services. The paramedics can provide medical and emergency support to athletes in nearly 2,000 persons, including medical and health staff, and volunteers provided help to athletes in need. They are ready to start the training and basic work of health and medical officers as well as the unexpected from the Special Disaster Medical Assistance Team, DMAT, from Sungai Buloh Hospital at the KLC Games. Event closing. The 29th SEA Games ended with a stunning cultural and closing ceremony was directed by Director Sao Chong Hin in partnership with the Creative Team and Malaysian Armed Forces. Then ceremony began after performances and a video presentation of Malaysia's first Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman. Datuk Seri Najib Razak went to the main stage, congratulating to the organizers, regional guests and Malaysian athletes. He also announced to the audience by proclaiming 4 September as a public holiday. Thus, he concluded his speech by leading the nation in a 7-time shot of Merdeka to commemorate Malaysia's 60th Independence Day. At last, Negaraku was performed for a second time, led by the Permata Seni Suami. Strength and weaknesses. The first strength is used to language reduce Malay and English to make spectators easily understand the event. Next, Malaysia continued to promote Malaysian national courses such as Baju Kurung and Baju Melayu, so that people from worldwide can know about our future. Then prepared many interesting and extraordinary performances to promote Malaysian culture to show to the world. After that, for first witnesses, no speech was prepared for any invited guests from Philippine Olympic Committee or from the chairman of 2019 Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee. Moreover, the speech that were prepared Tan Sri Tunku Imran not in Malay and there not any translator to translate it in Bahasa Melayu. Lastly, does not prepare anyone to recite the doa to ask Allah for the smoothness of the event, as Malaysia was an Islam country. Recommendations for future events. First, we recommend the organizer of the event to start the ceremony by having some doa. Second, we recommend the organizer to prepare well speech dialogue for Tan Sri Tunku Imran in Malay or English with any translator for each language. Finally, we recommend the organizer to prepare some speech for any invited guests from Philippine Olympic Committee or from the chairman of 2019 Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee to show some respect.
In conclusion, to wrap it all up, the event closing SEA Games 2017 KL truly inspiring and became a good idea for us as students to be the best event reference example. Moreover, every event management structure from sponsorship to medical assistance is very organized, and the 29th SEA Games event became a very extraordinary moment, particularly for Malaysians. To illustrate the way they promote or do marketing, it starts to be giving excitement to people who are interested in each sport category. Thus, it gives feeling of interest to those who initially dislike the sport will naturally love the sport. Therefore, this magnificent multi-sport event is full preparation because this is Asia's biggest sporting event that needs to be run perfectly. For students of management, SEA Games 2017 KL event had encouraged us in the future to pursue and build up an orange event that looks amazing. Besides, to do better in terms of any type of event. Thank you.